guys, it's Amy and welcome to this week's reading vlog, the first vlog which might have sound that's decent. Woohoo! Yes, I sorted out my mic on the weekend or during the week. It was super easy. I don't know why I didn't do it before. So now the audio quality should be so much better than before, which is excellent. Hello, sir. I also filmed my wrap up on the weekend, did a cute makeup look. I swear, whenever you do a cute makeup look and you are a creator, maximize on that cute look. I filmed TikToks, I took Instagram photos, all of that whole shebang. And then I'm still reading Labyrinth by Mosse. It's getting even more intriguing. We're flick-flacking back and forth between the two. To try and find the mystery behind this labyrinth. I can see why this needs to be a trilogy, because I think you wouldn't be able to fit as much important detail in, and it's not detail that bogs you down, it's detail that like enriches you. I mean, I don't think I've read a book this thick so quickly in a while, so I mean that just shows you how good it is. And then on audio, I finished listening to 3 Things About Elsie. If you want to see my thoughts on that, it's in my wrap up, I'll link it. So I'm now listening to Jiyoung, born 1982 by Cho-Nam and translated by Jamie Park. Remember the translator's name. So that one, it's another Korean translated work. I think it had quite a lot of buzz last year. It's about Jiyoung, and she has started acting strangely, and her husband has started noticing some weird behavior that she's exhibiting, like imitating other people and saying things that she shouldn't know if she wasn't that person. But we only got like a little snippet of that, and now we've gone back into the past and we hear about her mother and her upbringing and how sexist, like systemically sexist, it was there. It's set in South Korea, by the way. So I didn't realize that South Korea also had, now I can't of course remember the name, where they had a limit on the amount of children you could have, and that sometimes when you would go and find out the sex of the baby, if they found out it was female, they'd abort the child because it was more of a priority to have a son, which is just horrific. And it also shocked me that the Equality Act, when it came to like Sex Equality Act, I can't remember the proper names, only came in the 90s, but it still seems to like seep through a little bit. Jiyoung is talking about her schooling and how her brother would always be the one, he was younger but would have like a bedroom to himself. He would get given the best education, you know, all of the opportunities. They paid for his schooling, but the girls wouldn't get the same treatment, which is horrendous. So it's not a very long one. I think it's like 3 or 4 hour audiobook, so I should get through it quite quickly. And that means I can get to the bottom of what is happening in the present timeline. I realized I didn't give any context to this little happening here. I've had these blue and white curtains as my backdrop for a while, but then I noticed that the camera was focusing on them rather than on my face. So I pulled these old curtains out of storage. We just aren't using them because we have tab top curtains here. It's a nice green. This is covering a bed base, by the way, that my sibling can't keep in their house. I'm just using what I have for a little temporary setup, you know, making use of what I have until I can one day have the office of my dreams. Look how happy I am. Little dance. My word, I just read a line from Jiyoung, born 1982, and it's just so telling. Like, it just sums up what I was trying to say earlier so perfectly. By the way, it started pissing it down with rain, so no pretty dress for me. Her father has come home drunk, and he's talking about how he's the most accomplished man out of all of his friends, the better job, the better house, and talking about how accomplished his children are, so that his one daughter is employed, the other one is studying, and the other one's a boy. And that's it. Like, how disrespectful to your 2 daughters, and also how disrespectful to your son, that all you can actually say for him is his gender? Like, does the boy not have anything else that he can be praised for? Wow. It's Tuesday. As we know, if you've watched my previous vlogs, Tuesdays don't go well for me vlogging. And I do have another therapy session today. I am starting EMDR properly this week. I am filming a separate video about that so that I can give you guys some some insights into my experiences, and if it could possibly help you, you could find someone who is trained in it for you. So I'm nearly finished Labyrinth. Well, I say nearly finished. I've got like 125 pages left. So we know that this labyrinth has got to do with finding the Grail. And I blame this on growing up with a British father. But whenever I hear about the Grail, all I can picture is
The Spanish Inquisition.
I blame growing up on Monty Python from an inappropriately young age. Now I come to think of it. But anyway, that's all I had to say. There's just a funny anecdote that I thought was entertaining. So I'll check up with you at a later stage. Maybe not today, because Tuesdays are shitty vlogging days, apparently. Holy fucking moly, I just finished Kim Jong born 1982. Yo, that ending, that fucked me up. Holy shit, it's so intense. Like, the whole story, it basically goes, I said it goes through her life, so like each chapter is a certain period in her life, like a significant period, so like her marriage, her schooling, etc, etc. And the rampant sexism that, I mean, women everywhere experience in the workplace, but in this like very specific obviously setting, the pressure that's put on women is absolutely insane. Like they managed to, Jiyoung managed to weave in a bunch of statistics about employment and like, equality of the sexes and stuff like that into the story, and it is mind-blowing. Like, it is absolutely mind-blowing that society is still this backwards. It's still so backwards. And even though some laws have come into place that are supposed to make things more equal, because things are socially expected of them, like, they don't have to, like, just one for example, it's not a spoiler or anything, but they put in a law that you didn't have to put the father's name as the child's surname. But if you don't do that and you choose to, go along with that new law, like, you won't be accepted socially. So it's like this, like, the laws are in place, but the social expectations are still there. And I was going to make the point that I don't know why it's narrated by a white man, especially. I looked him up. It's the guy who played a grown-up Harry Potter in The Cursed Child. But then right at the end, it makes perfect sense. And holy moly, read that book. If I didn't say it's Wednesday. I'm very, very close to finishing Labyrinth by Kate Mosse. So hopefully I will be able to come back to you with 2 new reads that I'm picking up all at once. Exciting. Good morning, it's Thursday. I haven't done any disheveled, just woken up clips, so here I am. I'm sorry if the audio in the last clip was a bit funny. I have to ask my sound engineer brother why it keeps making that noise. I am technologically challenged. So, as you saw last night, yesterday afternoon, I finished Kim Jiyoung, born 1982, and I started Little Bones by CV Peacock? NV Peacock? Somebody Peacock. It's here. Ooh. It's a thriller recommended to me by my brother. Usually if he recommends me a book, I go with it, because he recommends some really good, really weird shit. So I'm gonna, it's a thriller. That's all I know. So if it's recommended by him, and it's a thriller, I'm gonna give it a go. So I'll let you know how that goes. And then last night, I finished Labyrinth. I don't think I finished a book this chunky in a really long time, like this fast. I mean, I love chunky books, but I don't finish them this quickly. When I went and put it as read on my Goodreads, I saw a lot of people giving it low ratings and saying that there's so much description and they couldn't be bothered getting through such a big book with all the description. I ate that shit up. Like, that is my jam. So if you like them and you don't like that kind of writing, give it a skip. But if you do like that kind of writing, this is for you. I looked into the rest of the trilogy, and it doesn't actually follow the same characters, so this whole story did wrap itself up really well, and it was just the right amount of war and drama and little hints of war, but not too much war. Like, I really don't like those more medieval settings where there's a whole shit ton of like battle scenes and it's all focused on men. Like, I don't like Game of Thrones. The books or the series. But this obviously has two female protagonists, so it was like a breath of fresh air. So I really enjoy this, and I want to carry on with the rest of the trilogy, just to see what's up. So physically, I am moving on to my final book on my pile of shame from my move here in 2016, and that's Shirley. Ooh, Shirley by Charlotte Bronte. I literally know nothing about this. I bought this for 38 Rand at a second-hand bookstall at a market years ago, just because I like Jane Eyre. I mean, obviously we know Jane Eyre has its problems, but of its time, and and considered not as a romance, Jane Eyre is good. I read her other book, The Late, last year, but I know absolutely nothing about Shirley. But all I know is I like Charlotte Bronte's writing, and we're just gonna see what happens from there. Oh my god, I just did a cardio workout. Can you tell? Literally dripping with sweat. Goddamn. If you guys have not tried Mad Fit's workouts, fucking get on it. You are missing out. Okay, this is completely unvideo related, unbook related. But does anyone else who has some kind of anxiety struggle with high-necked tops when they're feeling a little bit like, you know, like, because right now I'm putting this on, it looks so cute. I mean, come now, this looks sweet, but this pressing here is really, really bugging me. Is it just me? Other people? Do you also feel like, So I'm going to change it quickly. Ta-da! So much better, and it frames my little necklace. My gran gave me this ages ago. I have a thing for owls. Can you tell? Okay, without further ado, I'm going to go work now. Oh, I have a very angry cat. Can you hear him? He has to go get his shots. He's so mad. I'm bullet journaling right now, and this little dramatic. He is not a lap cat. He barely ever comes to sit on my lap. But he went and got his shots today. One whole shot and some freaking defleeing, and he's such a drama queen. He's so cute. Hey guys, I have a feeling like this vlog might be a little bit of a bulking shit show. The week has been very up and down. My allergies have been kicking my ass. They make me feel nauseous, headaches, blah, 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 blah. My sleep has got even worse than before. Didn't know if that was possible. There was another thing I had to moan about, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, my facial twitch. Absolutely going apeshit whenever I feel sick. So that's fun. In most public situations, I can mask, which is when you pretend to be normal, for lack of a better word. But yesterday I didn't manage it, and that made it worse, because every time I thought about the fact that I couldn't mask, I thought, oh my god, everyone thinks I'm a psycho. Which I'm not. So whatever, I'm just going to catch you up on my reading, and then probably leave the vlog until Sunday, where I'm taking my little pooch, sitting over there, to the dog park. I put on an outfit that makes me feel cute, put on this little, I don't know if I showed you guys this in a vlog, hang on. See this little guy? She's a beauty guru. Anyway, best supportive parent ever. Scissoring pen. Okay, so I've been reading Shirley. I'm about 40 something pages in. I realized it was a very juvenile bookmark. Yes, I know, it's from when I was a child. Yeah, so Shirley, it was written when Charlotte Bronte, it's written during the Napoleonic War and set during the same war. Apparently, from what the intro said, she really struggled to finish this one. This is Charlotte Bronte, so this is just after Emily and her brother Bramwell all had passed away. So she was grieving, and she calls this book in the first page as unromantic as a Monday morning, which I quite like. But then on the back it says, tense, romantic, atmospheric, ringing with imaginative power, Charlotte Bronte's story of the two women and the men they loved grips until the last page. So we shall see. I haven't even met Shirley yet. We've just been following some clerics that are just pontificating about random shit, which I mean does happen in classics. They do tend to go off about random things that don't matter or aren't applicable to our society now, which is fine. I just have to make sure that I read chapter by chapter so I don't go through this like at snail's pace. And then I have been listening to Little Bones still. I haven't got any further into it. We just know that we're following, well, judging from the amount of narrators in the audiobook that they listed, there's going to be a lot of characters. But at the moment we're following Cherry. All we know is that there's ghosts in her past. Not literal ghosts, you know, there's skeletons in her closet. And she goes to a psychic reading with her friends, and something about that scene, it made me cringe a little, because she fixates on this is right in the beginning, so it's not too much of a spoiler, or it's not a spoiler. So in the beginning she goes into the psychic, and she's wondering how the psychic knows the certain fact about her, where like a few pages before, a few minutes before in the audiobook, they told you about her writing down that information on a form. I was like, bitch, seriously? Like, are you that stupid? And then one of her friends points it out afterwards. So I was like, oh, thank goodness. Also, the other sort of mysterious side that we've got going on is that a child has gone missing. So in the beginning, you know, we follow the child. Guy pulls up next to him saying that he's an off-duty taxi, and the child was never heard of again. So there's that mystery sort of going on in the background that Cherry seems to be fixating on, but we don't know why yet. Alrighty, I am going to return this here helmet, skating helmet, because it's too big for my siblings' little pea head, and I need to get one that'll protect them because they are shit at skating right now. They're still learning. They've only just started. I love you, Jade. And then yeah, I think I'll pick the camera back up when I go to the dog park with my pooch, because it is heaven there, and oh my god, there's so many lesbians there. Maybe I'll find true love at the dog park. Can you imagine? In my dreams, but we'll see how we go. Check on Sunday. Now, I've never been one that's too precious about hair. I mean, it grows back, hence why I shaved my head. But as you can see here, I decided it was time for something new.
Maybe it's editing my face every day. I don't know. But here we go. And here is me absolutely feeling myself in my pride shirt after absolutely bleaching the shite out of my hair, and it's come out this cool ginger color, and this is me trying to figure out what the hell color this is. Though even wise, I think it looks pretty damn good.
Good morning. It's Sunday and I am ginger. My brother says it makes him, it like looks almost bronze, like looks bronzy gold. It's freaking sick. I'm so happy about it. So I'm primed and ready in my cute little top and everything to go to the dog park. I've got my Terry Pratchett bag. Ta-da! From the Terry Pratchett Emporium in England. Yes. Super cute. It's just getting keys. And it's hot right now, but it's Cape Town, so jumper, always take a jumper because the weather can change like that. Wallet, hand sanitizer, sketchbook. Okay, so while I'm packing all of this stuff, I can let you know how my reading's going so far. So with Shirley, I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting more into it. Like, we've met one of our main characters now, and she's far more interesting than listening to a bunch of clerics, bitch. The only qualm I have with this, and it's the same thing I had with Villette, her other one, that I read last year, is there'll be passages or sentences in French and no translation. Like, I totally get if Charlotte Bronte didn't do a translation because, you know, it was like back in the day, but this particular one was published 150 years after the original, and there's no English translation. So, like, there'll be an entire passage, and I've got no freaking clue. I don't speak French. So, yeah, that's one thing I would like in an English book, is to have a couple of translations. Like, hopefully I'm not missing anything important. I don't think I am. Got my pins. Oh gosh, there's a lot of stuff in this bag now. And then with Little Bones, this one, I actually wrote something down. Yes, with Little Bones, we're starting to get a little bit more into like the secrets that she's got going on and everything. And there's a little bit of a suspicion for me towards one character, but I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like a misdirect. She does do a lot of telling instead of showing. Like, I wish she wouldn't keep on saying the same thing over and over. Like the character, like we're in the character's head, but she keeps on mulling over whether to tell her family this thing, and like she mulls over a couple of different things, and she keeps on saying the same thing over and over and over. And I was like, okay, we get it the first time. This is not a real life, you know, this is not like a vlog. So like, dial it back a bit. We get it. But also I realized, I was like, this narrator's voice is really familiar. And I went and looked her up on Scribd, and she has narrated most of Alice Feeney's books. And I haven't mentioned it. I think I mentioned it in passing. I really, really don't get along with Alice Feeney. If you do, that's chill. That's like absolutely fine. But personally, I'm not an Alice Feeney fan. Feeney fan. And she's a narrator for just about all of her books on Scribd. So, and it just goes to show how much a narrator makes a difference, because I feel like I enjoyed the Raven Boy cycle, but I'm still putting off Call Down the Hawk because it's all narrated by Will Patton. And I know Will Patton is a big actor. He's, you know, a talented actor, and I know him and Maggie Stiefvater, you know, they've sort of like, he's got the monopoly on her work. But I cannot stand him narrating those things. There's certain characters and certain things that really like jarred my ears, like just personally. So I feel like there's certain books, if the narrator is not your cup of tea, that would be better read physically. But I don't have this book physically. I don't read books on audio if I have them physically. I think it's a bit of a waste. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So I'm trying to ignore that bias. Anyway, I'm going to pack up the rest of my shit It's time to go to the dog park.
So I was going to put music over all of this, but I just felt the natural sounds of the dog park was so calming. And I found this beautiful bench. It's all mosaiced. Absolutely stunning, just sitting in the middle of nowhere. Just then Hugo found a little friend.
Excuse me, sir. Consent is key.
Just the natural ambience of the dog park is such a beautiful soundtrack to having a mindful moment, which is exactly what I did here. I just sat there and I got my journal out for a little bit, had some thoughts that I jotted down. This clip ended up being in full very calming and very promoting of mindful kind of moments with some nice soundtracks. So I will upload that entire clip and link down below.
Just sits down like a little teddy bear. Oh, hello, little lanky guy. Oh, look at those ears, Hugo. They rival yours.
So I'm going to end this vlog with this joyful dog in a fountain. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.